Which team? Which team? Which team? Which team? Hi gang, welcome to Mike on Monday, the only West Ham show brought to you by a bloke called Mike on a Monday. Now then, many of you, well, some of you might have noticed that there was no show last week. Apologies for that, but I was very busy. I had to work, all that stuff. But on the plus side, I did get to go to Bolton Market. Some of you might know I've been exiled to the north of England for the time being, where I am living in a beautiful bourgeois little village called Bolton. It's a complete dump, people. It's the worst place on earth, trust me. But it has got a wicked market, and look at some of the bargains I managed for £10 in total for these three items. I managed to get myself a piece of the Berlin Wall. Look at that, genuine piece of the Berlin Wall there. And I've also got, and you won't believe this, what a bargain, look at this. That is the Turin Shroud, people, the Turin Shroud, and this rather delightful little bag of, probably shouldn't have shown you that, but probably a good reason why I didn't get around to doing the show last week. Never mind. So this week though, to make up for having no show last week, there are two, count them, not one, not two, well actually yes, two shows this week on Mike on Monday. We've got today's show, which goes out before the game against Chelsea, and tomorrow we'll be doing another special show after the game against Chelsea, talking about the game against Chelsea with some very special guests. You've got that to look forward to, as well as this week's show. So let's rock on. But before I go any further, it's time to mention this week's sponsor. This week's sponsor is One Man T-Shirts. OneManShirts.co.uk is their website, because they obviously have got the T when they bought the domain name. One Man Shirts. They do a fine line in alternative West Ham T-shirts. There's a link below, click on it. If I were you, I would hurry up, because the club are clearly going to close down some of these shirts. They're quite fun T-shirts, but I don't think they're properly authorised, so expect them to be sued soon. To do buy your shirts quickly, people. OneManShirts.co.uk, a link below in the description. On with today's show. Now, last week West Ham succumbed to Everton 2-0, playing with about as much cohesion as the Tory party while debating Brexit. But I have been told by little birdie, i.e. Mike at the Tactics Centre, that he has some inside knowledge on how Pellegrini is going to play against Chelsea today, and apparently he's got a special tactic. We are all dying to hear what this is going to be. So straight over to Mike at the Tactics Centre. Mike, what have you got? I'm really looking forward to this. What have you got for us, mate? Thanks, Mike. Welcome to the Tactics Centre. In West Ham's last game, they lost 2-0 at home to Everton. West Ham looked as likely to score as Boris Johnson in a Virgin's Anonymous meeting. That's not very likely then. What will Pellegrini do to increase West Ham's chance of a result? Us here at Mike on Monday for Hammers Chat's channel have an inside source. You know, an IKN, an in the know, ITK, whatever. We have one of those. Our insider, in the knowledge, in the know, has told us some important information. You might know him as ex-West Ham toilet attendant. We call him the Nifty Janitor. He has some inside information for us. Will West Ham play with a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 or anything else? What we do know is Pellegrini will play with a formation. But what's new? Pellegrini normally uses a formation. Now, what changes this week is Pellegrini's secret weapon. Yes, our insider in the know has told us that Pellegrini intends to employ a special technique, a lot like this. Yes, he will use a sharp pointy stick.
The pointy stick will be used thus: if the players cannot be bothered to run around and do football like they should do, like they did against Everton, a pointy stick will poke them. Thus, get up, Arnautovic, do something, score a goal, run around, poke, 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 poke.
I'm sure you'll agree with me that even Marko Arnautovic will pull his finger out at the end of a pointy stick. Back to Mike in the studio. Fantastic. And people, that is the kind of brilliantly incisive tactical knowledge and in the know knowings that you will not find on Sky Sports. Only here on Mike on Monday on Hamish Chat will you find that sort of info. And don't forget, people, that we're back on Tuesday, i.e. tomorrow, with a special post-game show where we'll be talking about what actually has happened and whether Pellegrini's brilliant idea there will actually work. Now then, for further analysis and for yet more tactical analysis of tonight's forthcoming game, let's have over to our special Russian correspondent all the way over there in Moscow. He's got some really insightful stuff for us as well. Mikhail, can you hear me there in Moscow, mate? Do come in.
Greetings from Moscow. Yes, and so this week your Ham of West takes on Chelsea, a team owned by us in Russia, and we are best, so Chelsea will probably win. But if not, West Ham will. There will be a winner or a draw. Either Ham of West win, or Chelsea win, or it is draw. Yes, and so that is my prediction for game. I am always right here in Moscow. I have scores for you from a super fantastic Russian Communist Confederation of Klingons and Sharing People Utopia League. Here are the results. Election Interference 2. Yankee Bolokov United 1. Ukrainian Dispute 0. Vicious Smile 1. I can't believe it's not a Kalashnikov Athletic 3. Silent Torture 3. And the game between CSK Moscow and Passionate Lovers United is still being played, even though it started on Saturday. Yes, and so, because the referee has lost his whistle and he does not able to blow for full time. That is why game is still continuing. As the score at the moment is Passionate Lovers United 1075, at CSK Moscow 8. Still they play. Greetings from Moscow, but not love, because I don't really know you that well.
Well, that is yet more fantastic analysis there from Mikhail and some Russian scores thrown into the mix. Now, people, for my favourite part of the show, where I get to answer your questions. What were they? Thanks once again, people, for sending in your questions. Don't forget you can do that by leaving comments below. And don't forget, I've got another show tomorrow, so if you're quick on your questions, I might be able to answer them tomorrow for you, or I'll do a next week's show. Or you can tweet me, get in touch with me via Twitter at WHUMike, or under my own name, Mike Manera, on Facebook. And come and say, quite a lot of people have been befriending me there, which is really nice, and you're always welcome to do that as well. For you beautiful West, let me just stroke your lovely hair, you beautiful Hammers fan, it's you. Anyway, first question for this week comes from Forever Blowing Bubbles. He's asked a few questions on this show, and his question is this: what is your favourite away ground? Now, I love an away day trip, and I was going to think long and hard about this when I read this, but one instantly popped into my mind that I always enjoy going to, so I'm going to go with that one, and that is Crystal Palace over there in Selhurst Park. Why do I like going there? Because it's a bit odd. If you're at the back of the away end, it's a bit like trying to watch a football match through a letterbox. It's one of those overhangs over the roof that cuts off a bit of the view. View isn't amazing. You're shoved over in the corner. But I love it because you get a great warm welcome. I know we've commented in vlogs before where I've gone with Gonzo and the guys to away games there. And you always get a really warm welcome. Like they will go out of their way. They have music playing, the outdoor burger bit. It's a bit like going to a festival, man. Yeah, you can get your freak on. I'm way too old to use that language, aren't I? But never mind, you get the idea. And like the people behind the bar have got West Ham t-shirts on, West Ham logo on the t-shirt. You feel welcome. And there's a great atmosphere. They have their ultras, i.e. the half dozen people with flags away over that end with the behind the goal. And we can make a lot of noise, and just to add to that, I have been to Selhurst Park many times, not just to see us play Palace. Don't forget, Selhurst Park is of course a squatter's paradise. I've also seen us play Charlton there and Wimbledon, and I have never ever seen West Ham lose. Seen us draw quite a few times, seen us draw games we should have won quite a few times. Last time I went, by case in point, but I've never seen West Ham lose there. So I'm going to go with Selhurst Park, home of Crystal Palace and Charlton and Wimbledon back in the day, and as my favourite away ground. But thank you for ever blowing bubbles for that question. Great question. And next question, and I'm going to leave a notebook for this because it's a long answer, is from Far Canal, and he has this great question. If you could form a band from our starting 11, who would play what instrument? Now he starts us off here with Declan Rice on drums and Bob Warner on bass, and his reasoning being they're both steady with excellent timing. I like your work there, I like your thinking, Far Canal. I would add Diop as a second bassist because he does occasionally slip up, but Bob Warner covers for it. I'll go with Fabianski on some turntables, yeah, because it's a safe pair of hands with the scratching and the mixing. Boom, boom, that sort of thing. If you were going to have a band with a turntable sting, which most bands seem to these days. Not for me personally, but a lot of bands have it. It's a safe pair of hands on the turntable. I would have Zabaleta and Cresswell both playing harpsichord in my band. That's a bit weird, but I would go with that, and the reason is harpsichord's an instrument which has gone wildly out of fashion recently, but I quite like, and I think that sums up those two players. I would have Obiang on flute because I really hate records with flutes on. I actually am about to record a kind of a music channel as well, people. Yeah, I know, hold your excitement. Where I talk about just music, and I'm about to do a video on records ruined by flutes because I just hate flutes on records. You know, flute instrumental records, they're the ones I hate the most. But when flutes rock up on a song they should be on, like Nico's Chelsea Girl, which is a brilliant song written by Lou Reed and completely ruined by flutists. Anyway, Obiang, because he shouldn't be there. I'd have Felipe Hansen on lead guitar. Why would I have Felipe Hansen on lead guitar? Because it's a bit flash and it can be really impressive, but then strangely absent for a lot of the song. A bit like Felipe Hansen. I would have Noble on rhythm guitar, because you don't really notice it, but it's quite important to get it right. I would have Lanzini on lead, he'd be the lead singer, but still recovering from a bout of laryngitis. He's just recovering from it, not quite up to peak form, but he'd definitely be lead singer. Arnautovic would be our synth player, because it sounds really exciting, but the reality is always disappointing. And I would have Antonio and Snodgrass as backing vocalists. Enough said really on those two. Great question, Farcanal. Thanks very much for that. And do let me know what you think your favourite away ground is and what instruments your first teamers would be playing in the comments below. And I'll come back to it either on Tuesday or next Monday as we see fit. Lots of you left comments about our last show, which was about the owners, and they weren't complimentary about the owners, so we keep them coming. I will revisit that topic soon. That is it for this week. Well, today's show. We will be back tomorrow. Don't forget, I'm back tomorrow with a special Mike on Monday post-match show, which will be, of course, a Mike on Tuesday special. Really looking forward to seeing you for that. Until then, people, don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed the show, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to both Hammers Chat channels, because you never know where I'm going to turn up, and that should be enough to frighten you away from both. But do keep it rocked in here on Hammers Chat. Thumbs up and like the show. Any comments, leave them below. Always great to hear from you fellow West Ham fans. Until tomorrow, come on you Irons.